And we are here for the inaugural function of 1 week online national workshop on preparation of competitive exam. For this inaugural session, we have with us Principal Ardo College, respected Dr. Rameshwar Visesar, the chief guest of this program, and international speaker, Mr. Sachin Gurgade sir. He is also the innovator of this. I welcome physically present here on the dial, IPC coordinator, Professor Dr. Ashish Rao sir, Head Faculty of Humanities, Professor Datta Kumar Bhattacharya sir, Head of the Department, Professor Dr. Vivek Imre sir, and Organizing Secretary of this workshop is Kapila Mitsana. Equally welcome all the faculty members of the Faculty of Humanities and technical staff of the computer department. Friends, as I told you, we have with us the organizer of this, the inaugurator of this program, Mr. Sachin Gurgade sir, the international speaker. He has been doing very Herculean task in the vicinity of Vidarbha. Let me introduce him in short. I welcome you, sir, Mr. Sachin Gurgade sir. Gurgade sir is the international speaker and founder of ASPIRE, the Institute of Human Development, which is the leading training institute of India. He has been working in education industry since the last 70 years and the role of educator very effective. Today, ASPIRE is the name of evolution and thousands of people and students are getting trained and moving steadily and properly in their lives and career. He is a true professional, international and trusted keynote speaker. He feels honored to share his life experiences with others. More than 20 lakhs people and students have heard him as a keynote speaker all over the world. More than 1,000 programs and workshops have been organized by him at the different places on the different platforms. We have made a change in the personality and the careers of lakhs of students and people. So far as the honors and awards are concerned, recently, as far as the Institute of Human Development is awarded the most Institute for Human Development Training in India at the hands of ex-HRD Minister Sri Murli Manohar Joshi. Gurgade sir's life and success story was telecasted on CTV in the show named The Real Hero. The institute is honored and awarded with very prestigious awards like a National Achievers Award for Education and Excellence at the hands of Mr. Sri Ram Nivas Goyal and Mr. Kanhaiya. The institution has been awarded the Best Institute for Human Development Training in Maharashtra, lately in New Delhi at the hands of Dr. Sri Sarmila Thakur. The award was offered to him. As far as the Institute of Human Development has been awarded at the Constitution Club of India and Social Impact Award in 2018-19 at the hands of Mr. Kiran K, renowned film actress and member of Parliament Chhattisgarh. He has been honored by JCR with Outstanding Young Persons in India in 2014. This award was given to Mr. Amitabh Bachchan in 1981. Sachin Tendulkar, Neil Gavaskar, and Giri Mohan. These are the recipients of this award, and we are proud to say that Sachin Tendulkar, Sachin Tendulkar belongs to that hierarchy that he got such a prestigious award. Inauguration was nominated for 10 outstanding persons of the world. They have been honored with the prestigious award of Vidarbha Maitra Gaurav Puraskar, Nagpur. Sri Rohman has mentioned as youth icon. To revive, continue. It will take more time. Instead of that, we would like to request him to start his lecture. But before that, we have with us the principal of our college, a very dynamic person, very vibrant and generous man, very efficient person for our college. As a principal, as you know, Sri Shivaji Arts, Commerce and Science for Yakola is one of the largest colleges in Western Vidarbha region of Maharashtra. This college was established in 1963. This college is affiliated with the Gadge Baba Amravati University, Amravati. Our college has been imparting education in the faculty of humanities, commerce, management, science and home science, using PG and doctoral research programs. Our college has PG in 22 subjects and PhD programs. We are proud to say that this college was awarded A grade 1 NAC with CGPA 3.24 for the last 3 times consistently. The college has also been recognized twice by UGC as a college with potential for excellence and recommended for TS level and also lead college by Sant Gadge Baba Amravati. The college not only imparts quality education but also consistently tries to organize several programs. So it was the idea of our principal, sir, that we must organize and conduct such programs so that programs will be useful for the student to make the overall development of the personality of the student. So that after completing their education, they will be very successful in their field. So thanks to our principal, sir, and IPSC coordinator, Dr. Ashish Rao, sir, and head faculty of humanities as well as the head of the department, Dr. Inauguration. Now, I would like to request Sachin Tendulkar, sir, please start your lecture, sir. Sachin Tendulkar.
Thank you so much, everyone. A big hello to everybody. I hope you all can hear me. This is a very famous question, I guess, of this time, this particular Corona time. Most of the speakers who speak virtually, so they have this question, I guess, that I'm audible. I'm reaching out to everybody. So I hope I'm reaching out to everyone and you all can hear me very well. Some of you might have heard me speaking in Hindi and Marathi. So today, in fact, I have been invited by English department. So definitely I'm going to share most of my ideas in English so that we all can understand it quite well. First of all, I must appreciate the entire organizing committee of this workshop. I guess this is absolutely a commendable and praiseworthy move by the college, because I guess this particular time most of the people are like busy with making complaints, and they are busy with things are not working out. They have n number of complaints to make, and people are not so much happy with what is going on around. But at the same time, under the guidance of Honorable Rameshwar Bissi sir, the entire college is moving forward, organizing a number of programs, lectures, seminars, and they are, I'm so sure, are helping out so many people across the state. So I must appreciate the entire organizing committee. We have Dr. Rameshwar Bhise sir, Dr. Raut sir, Dr. Bhatt sir, Honorable Vivek Hivre sir, who has always, I mean, I have worked under him when he was the district coordinator of National Service Scheme. So I got a chance to actually work with him. I was a part of National Service Scheme those days. I guess around 15, 16 years. So yeah, so thank you so much for joining with me. I even appreciate Khandare sir, who has really been associated with me and coordinated this particular program very, very well. I have been informed that I have to play two big roles today. One as an inaugurator, two, and as a keynote speaker. So first of all, I declare the entire event, this entire workshop is open for all these students across this state. There are so many people those who are joining up and like signing up for this particular workshop, since it is going to be for almost a week. So people are like, those who are interested in this particular subject, so they all are joining up, signing up for this particular workshop. So I really appreciate each one of you, for joining this particular workshop and organizing this particular, this 1 week online virtual workshop. Before I get into the subject, since I have already declared that I have inaugurated this particular 1 week online and virtual workshop, before I get into it, I even must talk for a couple of minutes about the virtual training programs. There is a debate on in this entire country. Across the nation, people are mostly talking about whether virtual training program is fruitful for this nation or not, whether people are able to do this or not. But I am absolutely with this idea that virtual training programs are extremely beneficial. They are useful. People can learn and acquire quite a lot if they get used to it. What did I get to observe over the period of time? Most of the people, I mean, the entire nation got absolutely exposed to the online training platform. We were not ready. I mean, even a speaker like me, who has spoken more than 20 lakh people across the world, was not so much used to this virtual training program. I had to definitely imagine people after the screen. So looking at the screen and imagining them was not so easy. But I guess over the period of time, people got ready, people got used to it, and people learned quite a lot from it. There are people like today, it is 13th of March, and I clearly remember exactly a year before, on 14th of March, we were informed, especially educational institutes were informed by the government, by the state government, that yes, you won't be able to continue your function. And it has been a year. But in this one particular year, so many things have happened. People have learned. And what the perfect image and the picture of virtual training programs. So let me put it this way. You must have seen an advertisement going on television, and the advertisement about there is a girl who's getting ready. She says something to her mom and says like, "Mom, hurry up! I am getting late for my class." She gets her gadget. She gets all the things which are around her, pen, paper, and her diary, and she gets ready and she gets in a car. After getting in a car, she sets everything up and she starts attending a virtual training program. I think that's the perfect picture of virtual training program. Yeah, we all people can definitely set up such things. We know that a couple of things are not in our hands, but yes, we can get some time, we can get ready, and we can definitely acquire maximum knowledge from this particular platform. So therefore, at the beginning, I appreciated the organizing committee of this 1 week workshop, which is specially arranged for the language learners and people, those who are preparing for competitive exam. I have been a student of this language for many years, traveled across the world, spoken to many people, got a chance to interact with many native English speakers as well, could work with them. Couple of people, from couple of native English speaking country are the team members of this institute. So yeah, I could learn quite a lot over the period of time. When I want to introduce the subject and I want to share something about the subject, I must talk about even how do you look at the language. Uh, yeah, there are a number of topics over the period of time. You will be definitely informed about many things. English as a communication language. Right after me, I guess there is a technical session delivered by Meghraj Gadge sir, and the topic is how you people are going to prepare for the competitive exam, and there are going to be definitely technical things. But I really would like to bring a couple of things to your notice so that that can help you all to understand this particular language. When I say a language, there are definitely two technical things, and both the things are very important for the language learners. So when the topic is right in front of you, and that when the topic says preparing for competitive exams, so it's more about, no doubt, a technical thing. It's more about technical and jargons of the language. It's more about grammar. It's more about understanding the technical part of the language. And when I say a language, so there is definitely a language part, which is I guess controlled by the culture, and that particular part cannot be mixed up with the technical part, because when it comes to the technical part, we people have to prepare many things. Like, I mean, you must have heard these technical terms like grammar and tenses, and there are formulas and direct and indirect speech and change of voice. There are so many things, and we people definitely have to prepare for the exams, because most of the technical exams are based on such things. So there you have to definitely check your comprehension. You get to work on many small things. You have to sometimes study vocabulary. You will get many questions on that particular part, and some questions are even going to be about the subject. Like, it is going to be sort of descriptive and subjective, and that part is definitely can be studied through the technical training programs, and you definitely get that technical training from a couple of training programs. You get to refer some books as well. There are a number of books which help us to to improve that part. But apart from it, I have something something really interesting to share. How do I look at this language, and what is the role of this particular language in the development of the students? How it plays a sort of a role, a big role in the development of students. I think I must bring your attention to this. Over the period of time, I have noticed that most of the people are sort of scared of English language. You must have heard that after finishing up their college degrees, people prepare for improving their language, and they want to improve the language. They want to improve the language. They want to speak in English. They want to give interviews in English. They want to understand what is being said and spoken. And when they can't do that, certain times they get scared of it. And you must have heard that many students, like, when they try to interact with people, they fail. And when they fail, their level of confidence drops down dramatically. Why? Because they fail to communicate. They fail to share their ideas with people, and that drops their level of confidence. And just because of that, there are people, like, they consider English as a very tough language, and just because of that, most of the people lag behind. They miss out many things from the language. I think behind this fear, I would call it a fear. Behind this fear, I guess there are certain things. I can call them misconceptions, and people think that way, and they keep those misconceptions with them, and just because of that, they don't get to learn the language very well. And what is the first thing? I don't know. I hope you all are able to hear me. आप अभी भी मुझे सब लोग बहुत अच्छे तरीके से सुन पा रहे हो. I just expect that like my voice is reaching out to everyone and you all can see me and can hear me very well. If you can let me know through reactions, that would be great. Like virtual reactions, you can let me know. So I was talking about a fear. I was talking about like that fear sometimes drops the level of confidence down, and behind that fear there are certain misconceptions. Now let me share some of them. Since I have been a language trainer for a couple of years, I have been English language trainer for English language as second language, so like taught to many countries as well. So let me share something. So when I say the fear, so why the fear is there deep down somewhere in the mind? Because somewhere we have heard the sentence that when when you want to speak, when you want to share something in English, you cannot commit mistakes. I don't know. This has been told by many people, and I think that has somewhere been fixed in our mind that while writing, while putting our ideas down on a piece of paper, or while sharing our ideas, we are not, allowed. Let me use this word allowed. We're not allowed to commit mistakes. We cannot commit mistakes. You got to be perfect. You got to be perfect. And somewhere, while running after this perfection, the language gets spoiled like anything. Or sometimes the day never comes up. The day never shows up. When we want to share our ideas effectively, like that never comes up. That never shows up. Why? Just because you are not. Not ready. Because you think that you have to, share and write and speak in a very perfect way, and just because of that, it starts lingering in your mind, and then you run after the perfection. You want to be the perfect. That's all. You just want to be the perfect. And since you want to be the perfect, it becomes seriously very difficult to improve this part. I know there are certain things which have not been our favor. The kind of like the message we people have received, like one should be like, should be so perfect and should not be committing mistakes. But let me tell you something. If you wish to learn a language, if you wish to improve any language for that matter, you have to go through a certain process. And that certain process is absolutely needed for learning any language in the world. Yeah. You ask this question to especially the people, those who have learned Marathi, or like they had Marathi as their first language. What did you call to your water when you were very young? What was that word? It was mum. It was, there were kids, and there are kids, I guess, around you. They still call, like if they want water, they say mum. Can I have mum? Like, mum. And then we give them a glass of water. We give them water. So it's after mum, yes, we might have definitely studied water and aqua and gel and H2O and blah, blah, blah. There are a number of words you might have studied. But the beginning of learning the language started with that wrong word. So why this is not applicable to this language? Why we consider that this language is so tough? No, it's not. The only thing is the ways have not been great. We look at it negatively. We really want to be absolutely perfect in the language. हम गलतियां ही नहीं करना चाहते. We don't want to commit mistakes. We don't want to share anything wrong. You know what I clearly remember? I was teaching to some class, and there was a boy, and the boy always used to say no to sharing his experiences from the stage. I always had a question like, can you come up and share something? Can you share your ideas? And he used to say, sir, I'm going to do it, but tomorrow, not today. And as you all know, that tomorrow never comes. So he kept postponing. He kept saying no to every single opportunity. And I asked him one day, then why do you do this? He says, sir, I'm getting ready. I want to, I want to be perfect. That's not practically possible. That's not practically possible. You can't learn the language overnight, or you can't just do it immediately. Like, today you have learned a couple of things and then tomorrow you start speaking. No, this never happens. It never works out this way. It never works out this way. It's a language, and you need to give some time. You need to go through a certain process. You need to work on it. Sometimes you need to understand the technical part, like culture of the language, and then you get it. Sometimes you can commit mistakes. Sometimes your word won't go right. There would be so many things which won't come in your way, and over the period of time, then you get the mastery. This is the way to learn the language. This is the way to look at the language. Most of the people don't look at it this way. They don't look at it this way, and just because of that, things start going wrong. And then, I mean, they just wait for a day that someday they would be doing something really amazing. But that never happens. Let me share something really important, especially from the psychological point of view. You know what? Uh, we watch English movies quite a lot, right? And in our in our Bollywood movies, uh, after the interval, things change dramatically. Your illiterate hero becomes uh, a Superman. He becomes, like, after the interval, or after certain minutes, your hero starts acting like, and look at me, man, I'm doing so good. Sometimes people also learn the language in the same fashion, in the same way. How do they learn it? They learn it in a different way. Like, they want to give a surprise to the world that they have learned amazingly, and they have really gotten something great. But this never happens. It is a long process, and I made a sentence on it. Do not believe in giving surprises to people. Let people know you're changing, you're improving every single day. And when you do that, when you start understanding the language, you start going close to the language. And when you accept as a language, when you start loving it, when you start understanding it, you start improving the technical part as well. It starts building up your level of confidence. It starts building up your vocabulary. It starts building up the knowledge of the language. And, as I said, that you don't need to give or believe in giving surprises to the world. Yeah, you can just share and speak and write, and you can do that every single day. So I guess this is something, I guess we language learners, especially, I can see most of the students are the language learners. So yes, we people need to understand this particular part. There's one more part, I guess, that has to be shared through this workshop, through this 1 week workshop, I guess. There are people, they understand the language, they understand English. They can, speak and share, and they can put forward their ideas. But there is something which still puts them down. There is something. And what is that? That is, the technically speaking, it is MTI. You must have heard such technical things like MTI. You always get to see, speaking in English. People, those who have Marathi and Hindi, or like any language like as their first language, they get to bring that language, their mother tongue, in English, and their accent, their way, their tone, everything starts going it that way. And therefore, you must have heard, like, there are people, they say yum, yun. Why do they say yum and yun? It's not the right way to pronounce the word. It's not. Why do you say yun? And why do you say yum? Because there is a very simple and technical thing called MTI. This plays also a big role. Why the level of confidence drops down? The big reason is you people are studying English with the help of your mother tongue, and you consider your mother tongue and English two different things. And just because of that, you bring your Marathi many a times in your English, and then your Marathi leaves a big impact on the language. And then sometimes you must have heard people saying, are you getting na? Have you understood na? Why do they say na and no? Are you getting no? You must have heard that South Indian touch. Why do they say that? Because it's a mother tongue influence. You must have even heard a very famous song called Kolaveri D. In the Kolaveri D, you must have heard those words, moon, white. So why that moon is being pronounced as moon and white? So these all are the examples of MTI, mother tongue influence. Now what happens because of MTI? Your pronunciation starts going wrong. You don't sound when you speak in English. You don't sound you're speaking in English. You sound you're speaking in Marathi and Hindi. You feel like you're as if translating your language in English. There is no rhythm. There is no way. There is no voice modulation. There is no proper pronunciation. And just because of that, suppose if you get exposed to such people, those who have mastery over the language, you feel low. You feel that, oh, have I made something like some sort of mistake? I remember that there are people like they pronounce words in a very different way. For a badge, they say batch. It's not badge, it's badge. Why this has come to you? Why this has happened? Just because we have not studied the language in that particular way. And therefore it is recommended to people that since you are language learners, since you are interested in learning the language, let us understand the culture. Let us understand the ways of learning the language. And if you start understanding this, you get the perfect language, and that helps you to build up your level of confidence. It helps you to get ready for certain exams. I learned so many things, like, over the period of time. I met so many people. I could interact with many people. I got so many things over the period of time. I remember I was teaching to people of Malaysia and Thailand, as their English language was like very poor. So I remember this example of MTI, especially this MTI. So I was speaking to them, I was guiding them, I was in a class, and while being in the class, there was a time I wanted to quote an example, keeping a name of mobile phone. So I asked one of them, like, what phone do you have? And I was like unable to like get the answer. So I showed my phone and said, like, okay, can you look at it? Like, I just wish to, like, know the name of your phone. And what was coming on my way, I wasn't even ready for it. It was Samsung. And I was absolutely shocked by the sort of pronunciation of those people. And later I understood that it is their language. It is the impact of that their mother tongue over that language. And just because of that, she said Samsung. One more funny example I clearly remember. This happened at the food court. I was told by somebody that you get veg food at some food court, and I happened to be there. So as I happened to be there, I was done with my lunch, and I thought of having a glass of cold drink. So I went to a counter, and as I went to a counter, so I was speaking with that particular lady over there. So I spoke to her in English, and I said her that, can I have cold drink? So she didn't get it. I looked at, I pointed at that, that logo. There was a logo of Coca-Cola. So I pointed at that Coca-Cola logo, and I said, like, can I get this? So she looked at me and she said, Samal. So I said, no, Coca-Cola. So she even said, once again, Samal. I said, come on, what is she saying? I'm trying to ask her, a glass of cold drink, and she's continuously saying, Samal and Samal, and I was not getting it. I was constantly saying, like, cola, Coca-Cola, and then she was searching somewhere, and she got two things, and one was a big glass, and one was a smaller than that, and she showed that to me, and she said like, Samal, and there I understood, oh, she meant to say small. And I said, oh my God. So I said, oh yeah, Samal, you can give me Samal. And that was the funny thing happened. And there I understood, yes, many a times those who learn the language, especially English language, they don't learn the culture, they don't learn the rhythm, they don't learn the perfect way of speaking. And just because of that, when we get to speak with some people, especially those who are good at this language, a level of confidence down. Why I must say, since there are some students as well, I can see them. They are like being they're actively listening to it. I must say, why this happens with many of us when we go to a metro city, and we see somebody speaking in English, and we feel that we cannot go to their level. Why this happens? Just because of this particular reason. You know what? Because most of the people like are have not studied English in that particular way, and just because of that, their level of confidence drops down. यदि अगर कोई हम लोगों को ऐसा बहुत सुंदर बोलते हुए दिखा, कुछ अच्छा कहते हुए दिखा, हमसे बेहतर कहते हुए दिखा, तो we feel low. We feel कि उनका pronunciation, उनका language, उनका rhythm, उनका sharing करने का तरीका, everything is like not matching up. like मैं तो उनकी बराबर ही नहीं कर सकता हूँ. And just because of that, कितने सारे ऐसे लोग हैं, कितने सारे ऐसे विद्यार्थी हैं कि they feel somewhat inferior. Why they feel inferior? There are people in our country, there are people, they know many things apart from the language, but they feel bad कि उनका इंग्लिश अच्छा नहीं है, इसलिए वो ना दुनिया के साथ मैच अप नहीं कर सकते हैं. ये चीज कई बार हमारे लेवल ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस को ड्रामेटिकली डिस्ट्रॉय कर देती है. We feel like we cannot be in this particular world because this world is not for us. And you know it very well, since I'm speaking to most of the people are from Vidarbha, since I'm speaking to you all know it very well that most of us are not so good at this language. And sometimes even this happens like पता नहीं क्यों कई बार ये भाषा हमेशा बड़े लोगों की रही है, जिन्हें इंग्लिश आती है, उन्होंने हमेशा इसे कुछ इस अंदाज में कहने की कोशिश की है कि जहां पर लोगों को हमेशा नीचा ही दिखाया है, बहुत छोटा ही दिखाया है. पता नहीं क्यों मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम व्हेन पीपल स्पीक इन इंग्लिश, ऐसा लगता है कि मानो वो अपने ज्ञान का एग्जीबिशन खोलकर बैठे हुए हैं, and they are like just displaying the knowledge. And just because of that, हम अपने आप को बहुत लो और diffident महसूस करते हैं in front of such language speaker. और ये सब कुछ सिर्फ और सिर्फ wrong misconceptions जहन में रखने की वजह से होता है कि भाषा की और इंग्लिश की और जो हमारा देखने का नजरिया है वही हमें हमेशा हमारा बहुत पुअर रहा हुआ है. यदि अगर वो फिक्स अप किया जाए, यदि अगर उस पर वर्क किया जाए, तो शायद एक बेहतरीन भविष्य बनाया जा सकता है. ये पूरा वर्कशॉप इज गोइंग टू बी फॉर 1 वीक. किसी मकसद के साथ है, किसी उद्देश्य के साथ कि हम लोगों को लाइक वी ऑल विश टू इम्प्रूव द लैंग्वेज, लाइक कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स की प्रिपरेशन के लिए. ये तो एक मकसद है ही, बट एट द सेम टाइम इस लैंग्वेज की और भी एज अ कम्युनिकेशन भी हम लोगों को देखना होगा, वो क्योंकि बोलने के लिए हेल्प करने वाली है. समवेयर आपको ये सब लोगों को पता है कि दिस इज इंटरनेशनल लैंग्वेज, सो वो हम लोगों को बहुत बड़े बड़े एक्सपोजर्स लाकर देने वाली है, बड़ा मंच प्रोवाइड कराने वाली है. इसलिए इस भाषा की ओर हम लोगों को उस पर्टिकुलर वे में देखना ही होगा. और जब ये मुमकिन होगा तब आपकी लैंग्वेज ड्रामेटिकली इंप्रूव होगी. एंड आई थिंक दैट हैज टू बी डन वेरी वेरी सीरियसली. सिंस दिस इज वर्चुअल प्लेटफॉर्म, मैं आप में से कुछ लोगों के लिए बात दोहराना चाहूंगा जो मैं अक्सर आजकल कहता हूँ, स्पेशली while I am speaking and sharing my ideas virtually. I think many of you, like, learning the language is not so difficult these days. Everything is available to us, and like YouTube and Google, and there are n number of websites. They provide so many things. Rather than wasting out our time on social media and other things, we definitely can get into learning this language. Like, there are apps, there are videos, you can watch some movies, you can get some sentences, you can get some rhythm, and you definitely can speak amazingly, share amazingly, you can understand this language मेरे पास आप सभी लोगों को इंस्पायर करने के लिए एक एग्जांपल है. Recently, I don't know, I was speaking with somebody and I shared this particular example. This example is an example of Mr. Kalu Shah. कुछ 13 साल पहले घटी हुई छोटी सी घटना है. And he gave me a lot, I guess, to grow in life. This guy named Kalu Shah, 13 साल पहले 12वीं कक्षा में उर्दू मीडियम से इंग्लिश में फेल हुआ था. उर्दू मीडियम में विद्यार्थी था, इंग्लिश ही उसका सब्जेक्ट था. He got failed in that exam. Then he continued like working, छोटा मोटा काम करना, like selling rangoli and selling ice and sometimes green vegetables and all such things. So one day, I don't know, like some way or the other, he got to know about us and he reached down to office and he said, मुझे सीखना है. You will not believe, guys, this is absolutely true. It is not something which is imaginary. It is absolutely true. This Kalu Shah 13-14 साल के बाद improve होता है, language improve करता है, सीखता है. सीखने के बाद वो LLB के लिए विद्यार्थी बनता है. 5 सालों का LLB का कोर्स पूरा करता है. He becomes a lawyer and today he is doing something very great. उसके बच्चे अकोला जैसे शहर के अच्छे स्कूल माउंट कामल में पढ़ते हैं. वो खुद वो औरों को भी इंग्लिश सिखाता है, बोलता है, पढ़ाता है, काम करता है एज अ लॉयर. यू रियली वांट टू नो कि उसने कैसा ये सब कुछ किया होगा. उसका छोटा सा एटीट्यूड था. द एटीट्यूड वाज, दिस गाय वाज अ डूअर. यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड कि हमेशा हम लोगों को पहले से ऐसा बताया गया है कि दुनिया ना 2 हिस्सों में बटी है. एक पहला हिस्सा है बहुत ही अच्छे और सकारात्मक सोचने वाले लोगों का, एंड द सेकंड इज बहुत ही नकारात्मक सोचने वाले का. जहां भी जाए अपनी टेढ़ी नाक लेकर जाएंगे और नकारात्मक दुनिया में देखकर नकारात्मक ही बोलेंगे, नकारात्मक ही कहेंगे. दुनिया में ना अच्छा दिखेगा, ना अच्छा नजर आएगा, ना अच्छा बोला जाएगा. सकारात्मक लोग बहुत ही सकारात्मक देखकर बातें करते हैं, शेयर करते हैं, औरों तक सकारात्मक रेफरेंसेस पहुंचाते हैं. ये हमेशा हम लोगों को बताया गया. बट डू यू नो, देयर इज वन मोर कैटेगरी जो शायद टाटा डोकोमो ने एक बार एक एडवर्टाइजमेंट किया था. उन्होंने कहा था कि दुनिया सकारात्मक और नकारात्मक 2 हिस्सों में नहीं है बल्कि 3 हिस्सों में बटी हुई है. एंड जो तीसरा वाला जो हिस्सा है वो DOER, डूअर, इस कैटेगरी का है. ये डूअर वाला कैटेगरी ऐसा है कि यदि अगर कोई क्लास में अगर ऐसा पानी का ग्लास लेकर आ जाए और दिखाए बच्चों को कि आपको क्या नजर आ रहा है, तो आधा क्लास कहेगा कि आधा बॉटल खाली है, आधा कहेगा आधा भरा हुआ है. तो वो तीसरा वाला कैटेगरी कहता है आधा ग्लास भरा हुआ है, पूरा उसे मुझे करना पड़ेगा. एंड दैट्स द डूअर कैटेगरी. These people are not bol bachchan. These people are not those who just keep talking. They know that there's a huge difference between knowing the path and walking the path. So they understand the importance of execution. They understand the importance of implementation. And what Kalu Shah did, Kalu Shah was someone who was working on every single part of that and that aspect of the language every single day. And as he kept doing it, he kept improving. I feel like, I know that there are people, like we face many challenges. But do we really have an action plan to improve that particular language? If we do that, you see a great change. If you do that, you see an amazing change happening in your life. If you don't do that, you won't get that. Therefore, I think I appreciated this particular move at the beginning, that this 1 week online training program is going to definitely help you all. There are speakers, there are experts, they have studied it, they know the technical things, they can share so many ideas with you. You will get to hear many things. And as I said, initially everything is so difficult. अब में से ऐसा किसी का हो भी सकता है कि like okay, यार ये कितना सारा इंग्लिश बोल रहा है, कितना सारा पल्ले नहीं पड़ता है यार. Like these people keep saying it. Fine, this is the way it goes. Like it takes always time to understand the language. It won't be exaggeration. I must share. I mean, since I have like ये भाषा international, इसलिए मुझे वो उसके जुड़े हुए examples भी international है. I clearly remember I was on certain assignment in the country called Hong Kong, which is now the part of China. So when I was there, I clearly remember most of the people of that country speak Mandarin, their local language, and very few people speak in English. And I was ill, and I was supposed to go to a clinic. I was supposed to talk to a doctor, and I was unable to speak with locals, and I found it so difficult. You know what? What I did, I got some flashcards. I handed those all flashcards over to that lady who was there as a receptionist because she was good at English. She understood my all points. I asked her to write it down in that local language called Mandarin. I got those all flashcards. Pehla wala flashcard. I showed it to the taxi driver and said like, okay, like here I have to like go to some place and can you please take me that place? So I showed him. Then मैं उस जगह पर पहुंचा. तो building का नाम, फिर वो floor का नाम, and then doctor. And then doctor was able to understand my problem, and then I conveyed my ideas to the doctor. All I'm trying to say is कि दो मैंने बाकी की भाषा जानी है, लेकिन मैंड्रियन समझने के लिए मुझे बहुत डिफिकल्टी, क्या मुझे समझ में नहीं आया, man. I couldn't get a word, man, get an alphabet of it. I couldn't understand anything. So it's so simple. English is not my language, और ये भाषा मेरी नहीं है. मुझे एक certain process से गुजरना ही होगा. मैं आप में से सारे लोगों को गुजारिश करूंगा कि मोटा मोटी आज कुछ जो भी विद्यार्थी यहाँ पर जुड़े हुए हैं, मैं गुजारिश करूंगा कि आप सब लोग इस पूरे वर्कशॉप के पूरे 7 दिन जुड़िए. आपके सवाल पूछिए एक्सपर्ट से, उनको पूछिए कि मैं कैसा और बेहतर कर सकता हूँ अपनी भाषा को, टेक्निकल कैसे सीख सकता हूँ, किताबों के नाम पूछिए, रेफरेंसेस मांगिए उन्हें, और इन सारे चीजों के ऊपर वर्क करिए. कोशिश करिए कि आप उस तीसरे कैटेगरी, तीसरे प्रकार के लोग बने जो दे आर नोन एज डूअर. एंड इफ यू फॉलो दैट, इफ यू मूव with that particular action plan, I'm so sure that the language is definitely going to get improved. You will have to definitely learn many things. It's been almost more or less 45 minutes I have been speaking since I joined this quite late. So thank you so much, everyone. I tried to share a couple of things here and there since I was an inaugurator. I really appreciate once again the organizing committee, and thank you so much for joining with me. You all have heard so well. कि मैं कह सकता हूँ क्योंकि सब लोग म्यूटेड है, तो सारे म्यूटेड है, तो यही समझा जा सकता है कि you all have heard so well. I express my gratitude to Honorable Dr. Rameshwar Bhise sir for giving me this chance to share my ideas, and I really thank to Corona as well, because Corona के वजह से I could not have to travel to the college, so I could do it from my cabin. So मैं अपने cabin से ये सब कुछ कर पाया. So I really thank to the entire team. I even would like to say thanks to Vivek Hivre sir, who has always supported and guided me throughout the journey. Thank you so much, Kandari sir, Raut sir, Bhartakade sir, and all these organizing committee members. I could even see Honorable Dr. Kulat sir on the screen. So thank you so much, sir, for joining with me, and I take your leave. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your beautiful, significant, relevant speech. You have played both the roles as the chief guest of this inaugural function of this workshop, as well as the main speaker in this inaugural function. On behalf of Sri Shivaji Arts, Commerce, Science College, Akola, on behalf of organizers of this workshop, I extend my gratitude to you, sir, for joining with us and delivering the most useful and relevant speech, which will definitely be useful to the students as well as the participants who have joined online for this workshop. Once again, thank you very much. Now, I would request the principal of our college, Principal Dr. R. Bhise sir, to deliver his speech as a chairman of this inaugural function. May I request you, Principal Dr. R. Bhise.
Good afternoon, everyone. At the outset, I pay my sincere tribute to Dr. Kishore, founder president of the Shivaji Education Society, Amravati, and first agriculture minister of India. On the occasion of this inaugural function of 1 week online national workshop on preparation of English for competitive exam, organized by Faculty of Humanities, Department of English and Competitive Exam Cell of our college. I welcome and express my gratitude to our patron, Honorable Harshavardhanji Deshmukh, President of our society, our Vice President, our Honorable Treasurer, Honorable Executive Members, and Honorable Secretary of the Shivaji Education Society, Amravati. I congratulate the inaugurator of this workshop, Mr. Sachinji Burgate, founder president of Aspire, the Institute of Human Development, who is renowned international speaker. I also congratulate the IPC coordinator, Dr. Ashish Raut sir, faculty in charge, Mr. D.B. Bhansakade sir, Professor Vivek Dhure, HOD of English, Dr. Jeevan Pawar, coordinator of Competitive Exam Cell, and convener, Professor Kiran Khandare, and organizing secretary of this workshop, Mr. Ajay Kukde, Dr. Nilima Tidke, Ms. Kapila Maisnai, and technical support given by Rupali Kale, Ms. Gudke Madam, and Anita Dubey Madam. I appreciate all resource persons and chairmen, technical session who are contributing or successfully organized of this workshop. I also appreciate all participants who have joined this workshop from different university and states. I am very happy to state that our college, Sri Shivaji College of Art, Commerce and Science, Akola, is one of the largest and multi-faculty college in Western Vidarbha region of Maharashtra. Our college has Faculty of Humanity, Commerce, Science, Home Science, UG to PG, and doctoral research program. It has PG in 22 subjects and PhD program in 16, along with 14 career-oriented programs. From 11 to PhD program, there are more than 7,000 students learning in this college. Our college was re-accredited in third cycle with A grade by NAC with CGPA 3.24. The college is recognized by UGC as a college with potential for excellence and recommended by DST List Level 0, and also lead college by GBU Amravati University, Amravati. The college has received Cleanliness Awareness Award 4 times consistently by GBU Amravati University, Amravati. It is our tradition that every year around 25 students are listed in merit list of the HGBU Amravati University, Amravati. For last 5 years, around 42 students clear NET, SET, GATE examination in various subjects. The college faculty members and students bring several award and reward in research and other activities in the university, state level and national level. आज हमने सचिन बुरगाटे सर को यहाँ इनवाइट किया था इनागुरल स्पीच and keynote speaker. हमें ऐसा लगता उनका स्पीच सुन के कि हमारे स्टूडेंट जो है वो ना ही कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम के लिए प्रिपरेशन करेंगे इंग्लिश की, बल्कि अपना खुद का जीवन जीने के लिए भी इंग्लिश कितना काफी महत्वपूर्ण है, ये भी हम आज दुर्गाड़े सर के वक्तव्य से जान गए। सिर्फ कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम ही नहीं, तो हर दिन आने वाले समय जो रहेगा वो जीने के लिए इंग्लिश कितना महत्वपूर्ण है, ये भी हमने आज सर के स्पीच से जाना है। Dear participant, we are living in 21st century, which is known as competitive era and each and every field. Whether it is business sector, public sector, private and service sector, it is very true in competitive examination from the post of peon, talati, gram sevak, police constable to IAS, IPS or any other officers. English language and communication skill play an important role in getting the job. Apart from having degree and diploma, we need to have certain skill to get opportunity and jobs in three sectors. This sector, so that fulfill the objective Faculty of Humanities, Department of English and Competitive Exam Cell have taken initiative and organized this 1 week online national workshop on preparation of English for competitive exam. I am confident that this workshop will be useful for the students and make the overall personality of student and enhance the communication skill among them to crack the different competitive examination conducted by various authorities. I extend my best wishes to all participants for their bright future. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your timely and type of lecture as the chairman of this program. As you said, sir, English plays a very important role in making the career, because we are living in the 21st century, and which is marked as or known as the century of competition. Definitely, this workshop, the preparation of English for competitive examination, on behalf of the organizing committee and all the team, we are quite confident, as you said, sir, that this workshop will be more useful. Thank you very much, sir, for delivering the speech as the chairman of this program. Thank you. Thank you very much. Similarly, I would like to extend my gratitude for impressive coordinator, Dr. Ashish Rao, sir, Head Faculty of Humanities, Professor Basak, sir, Head of the Department, Organizing Secretary, similarly, our other faculty members we have joined online, Dr. Nirima Tirke Madam, Mr. Ajay Kukude, and all the technical staff of the computer department. We have played a very important role in providing the particular platform, which will play a very important role in 6 days ahead. I am grateful to all the faculty of all the members of the Faculty of Humanities who have extended their assistance for organizing the workshop. I am grateful to all the hands and the persons who directly and indirectly help to conduct this program. I must mention the name of Mr. Umesh Bodeswar, Prajakta Pohane Pastapur, sir, Ule Madam, and Rausab Kale sir, Oscar sir, and our other faculty members who have very generously extended their help for the conduction of this program. Thank you very much. Just after this inaugural function, our technical session will start within 5 minutes. Thank you. Okay. Today, today, for this technical session, we have with us the chairperson of this first technical session, Principal Dr. A.S. Pulat sir, Principal Sri Shivaji College Airport. We have with us resource person, Mr. Meghraj Gadge sir, Assistant Professor Sri Ganesh College Kumari Apola, Mr. Meghraj Gadge sir will be delivering the speech on how to prepare for competitive examination. So before he start his lecture, I would like to introduce Mr. Gadge sir, that he also has been playing very important role as a speaker in the field of language and communication skill in English. He is a fluent speaker in English and conducted various workshops and programs on this particular subject of communication skill in English. Similarly, we have with us Principal Dr. A.S. Pulat sir. He has been working as a principal in Sri Shivaji College Airport for last few years, and so much as our institution, parent institution, that is Sri Shivaji Education Society, Amaravati is concerned. I think he has completed around 11 years of service as principal. Dr. Pulat sir has also been the member on the several committees of the university, and he had been the chairman of the board of studies in university. So I think I would like to request Mr. Meghraj Gadge sir to start his speech on the topic how to prepare for competitive examinations. Mr. Meghraj Gadge sir.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Start. First of all, I am very much thankful to the organizing team, Dr. Vise sir, Dr. Khandare sir, Dr. Hibre sir, Dr. Raut sir, and the entire team. Today, I have been given a topic, how to prepare for competitive examination. Basically, I belong to English department, and usually I deliver lectures on communication skills and personality development. But today, I'm going to focus on how to prepare for competitive exam, because it's a need of time. Because as Mrs. sir already told you that it's a 21st century, it's a competitive, cutthroat competitive era. And during such type of period, during this 21st century, everyone should aware that if he want to get a job or if he want to survive, he should be there in the competition. Otherwise, he cannot be survived. And this particular principle work on the principle of Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, that is the survival of the fittest. If you are the fittest, then you will definitely achieve whatever you want. If you will remain unfit, then the fittest will kill you. That particular factor we have to understand. So from that perspective, there are n number competitive examination for every post, but we must aware that for which exam we want to prepare. So dear friend, first of all, let me tell you that you should feel free while listening this entire lecture. I request all of you to take notebook and pen with you, take certain points, because I'm going to highlight some of the important points which are going to be very beneficial for doing the preparation of competitive exam. Because most of the students are preparing competitive exams in a very wrong way. Nowadays, it becomes a fashion to prepare for competitive examination. And so many people are expressing a negative views regarding competitive exam. and it's true to some extent, but we must be aware that if you want success, you should be focused on the target. As per Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, it's a beautiful saying that if you want success, you must be narrow-minded. In the same way, if you want success, you must be target-oriented. So in the entire lecture, I am going to focus on all the factors that which will help you a lot while doing the preparation. And these are very technical factors. These are having a psychological content, these are having intellectual content, and these are having some such points that will help you a lot. So dear friends, I would like to just share one thought with you regarding competitive exam, because I have been observing that there are so many students every year starting the preparation of competitive exams. For your kind information, let me tell you that there are near about 3 crores 60 lakh students are getting graduated every year from India. From that, you can understand what a great rush is joining with you in competitive exam. So from that perspective, you should just imagine where you are and what is the ratio of competitive exam. For your kind information, let me tell you that suppose if you want to prepare for UPSC, every year UPSC is releasing around 800, 900 or 1000 posts. And for that 1000 or 900 post or 800 posts, every year 7 lakh or 8 lakh students are competing with you. And when you are starting, suppose if you are starting in 2021, that time you will be after 8 lakh. From that, you can just think about the ratio. It means my prime intention behind is that you should be very much serious in your goal. It means it is not a fashion to prepare for competitive exam. It is not a conventional factor of your doing degrees. Suppose if you are for BSc or MSc or MA or BA, that time it's a conventional factor of examination. You are getting admitted in the college, thereafter doing the entire preparation for the entire year, and after the completion of your entire 1 year, you are getting a certificate. After that, you will be called as BSc or MSc. It means at least you do have one particular degree. But if you are preparing for competitive exam, and if you prepared for 3 years and 4 years, and if you don't get a result, if you are getting a failure, then you don't have anything else in your hand. So from that, you should be very much serious about your goal. So all these factors, I am going to focus on it. But first of all, prepare your mindset for the competitive exam, because it is such a beautiful issue, because it is such a factor that can make you hero out of zero. Overnight, you can be a hero. It means if you are preparing for UPSC, just take an example of Bharat Andade or Vishwas Nagri Patil, because these are the people who prepared competitive exam. Before 1 day of their final result, they are zero. They were nowhere. That time, after 1 day, when their result was declared, that time they becomes the hero. That is what is the crux of competitive exam. It doesn't need any kind of donation and anything else. It is totally based on your entire willpower, your self-confidence, your dedication, your hard work, and above all, your planning. Because without planning, you cannot crack any competitive exam. Right from the post of peon till the post of IAS or IPS, entire examinations are being conducted through competitive exams. So what type of crux is required in you, you should be very much aware about it. So from that perspective, I'm going to tell you so many things regarding it. And at the same time, as I belong to subject called English, I'm going to focus on some important issues which will help you while doing the preparation of English as well. Because most of the students are getting scared from English. As Sachin Gurgate sir has told you that so many students, they are having that phobia regarding English language. Suppose now it's a national online workshop, as it belongs to Department of English, therefore obviously it should be conducted in English language. So there are so many students while listening the lecture, they are having that phobia or that particular boredom that they can't understand. But just remove that particular factor and now focus on the particular factor of how to prepare for competitive exam. So dear friends, there are so many exams. Let me tell you. So competitive examination is knocking at your door. Are you ready for it? So this is the first question for each and everyone. Because as I told you, there are n number of competitive examinations are knocking at your door. Whatever the subject you do have, it means suppose if you are arts graduate, commerce graduate, science graduate, or any graduate or engineering or agricultural graduate, that time any graduate is able to compete in any competitive examination except some technical exams like NTPC and CDS, because engineering graduates can apply for that. But competitive examination is open for all. It's knocking at your door. But the question, first of all, ask this question to yourself, that are you ready for it? So from, not from the fashion point of view, because nowadays every father and mother in the society is telling that if somebody asks you, that time they are giving the answer what your son and daughter is doing. They are telling you that my son is doing the preparation of competitive exam, and vice versa, my daughter also. So at the same time, you must be serious about it. So from that perspective, just make clear one point in your mind, that for which competitive exam you are going to prepare, because this is very, very important. If you are not having that particular planning for which exam you are going to prepare, then your entire planning will be collapsed. So from that point of view, I'm telling you this thing, that the preparation of competitive exam is really daunting. Daunting, it means uncertain, unissured. It means any competitive exam, as I already told you, that it's very uncertain. It means you are not sure to get the result. But how you can be sure? By this particular factor. But if you follow a proper strategy, then it can be much easier to get the result. So my dear friends, if you are sure about your planning, about your preparation, about your dedication, and about your hard work, then 100% you will crack the exam. And one more thing I would like to add here, that your self-confidence is very, very important while doing the preparation of competitive exam. Because in our society, there are so many people talking in a negative way, that competitive exam, this is very uncertain, you cannot crack it, and there are lakhs and lakhs students every year joining for competitive exams. So when and how you can get your result? If you are confident about yourself, then you can 100% get it. And for that particular factor, I am going to add so many important points that will help you, and that will help you to prepare for that exam. So here I have enlisted certain exams. UPSC. In UPSC, you can prepare for IAS, IPS, IFS, IRS, and this IPS, that is Indian Postal Services, and there are so many exams as well. Then MPSC, that is topmost post, these are, that is Deputy Collector and DYSP. Then after engineering, you can prepare for GATE, NET, SET, JRF, PSI, STI, CDS, that is Combined Defense Services, from that SSB and AFCAT. Then IB, that is Intelligence Bureau. Then banking, that is called IBPS, RRB, SSC, that is Staff Selection Commissions, and there are so many competitive exams which you can prepare. So from the entire list, just thought about yourself. First of all, while doing the preparation of competitive exam, you must be very much honest to yourself, because honesty is the best policy, as we all know. Therefore, you should be very much honest. But it's very tragic. It means that tragically, I have to told you all these things, because the students who are doing the preparation of competitive exam, they are not honest in their efforts, in their dedication, in their hard work. That's why they are not getting the results for 5 years, 6 years, or 7 years. And you know the biggest hurdle in the path of their preparation? This mobile phone or the advanced technology. Because as we all know that science is a two-bladed sword. On one side, it's a boon. On another side, it's a curse. If you use it properly, then it's the biggest boon, because you are doing the preparation of competitive exam. And by the help of this device, this mobile phone, it is nothing but a mini laptop, palm laptop, this one, and you can use everything. You can surf various websites. There are innumerable apps there are on the Play Store. Thereafter, you do have YouTube, you do have social networking sites by which you can get a lot of material, lot of knowledge regarding competitive exams. But on the other hand, students are not using it in a positive way. They are using it in a negative way. Because I have visited so many places and so many colleges, and I have been being asked this particular question, sir, how to get read from this mobile phone or from that particular factor. Then I gave this particular answer that once you got the post, then people will automatically connect with you. If you are not getting any kind of post, then you will be automatically, people start getting read from you, read of you. That's why, first of all, focus on yourself. So use this particular technology from your proper perspective in a positive way. Dear friends, Google search engine, it's a vast ocean of knowledge. Whatever you want, in a single click, you can get it. And you can start your preparation from that perspective. So dear friends, be sure, because I'm telling you about the scenario, the present scenario of competitive exam, because I have been invited at various colleges to deliver a lecture on competitive exam. And during that time, I am also a little bit doubtful, because the present generation, they are going through such a phase. It's a very horrible and a bleak phase from my point of view for the competitive exam, because MPSC is just releasing 69 posts and 300 and 350 posts, and there are more than 5 lakh students in Maharashtra. They are appearing for the MPSC and UPSC examination. More than 8 lakh, 9 lakh students are appearing for UPSC. So from that, you can just imagine, if there is no exam, suppose MPSC exam, it is not going to be held after 3 years. They are scheduling the exam after 3 years. You can just imagine, and you can just think about the students who are around 30 years or 31 years or 32 years, and still they don't have any kind of result in their hand. What a horrible picture is this? And you must be aware about the particular factor. Otherwise, you will be fallen down in a dungeon. That's why I am just telling you one clear suggestion, that when you are appearing for the competitive exam, then one point should be clear in your mind, that you should be you must be very much strict, very much honest, and very much dedicated to your task. Because winners never do the different things. They do the same things in a different way. There are thousands of students, there are lakhs of students appearing for the exam, but there are some posts, 700, 800 or 900 posts, and from that you want one post for yourself. So how you can get it, how you can be extraordinary? The word itself suggestive. You should do something extra than the ordinary people, then you can be extraordinary. Otherwise you cannot be extraordinary, and you will be just lagging far behind in the race. So from that perspective, you should very much serious. So here I am telling you that if you fail to plan, you will plan to fail. This is my clear suggestion to all of you. So whenever you are starting your preparation, do proper planning for your exam. Because as according to J.C. Jackson, that if my mind can conceive it, if my heart can believe it, I know I can achieve it. Look at the sentence. Because this is the sentence which will give you a self-confidence. If your mind can conceive it, एखाद्याचा जर बुद्धी याची कल्पना करत असेल, त्याचं हृदय जर त्याच्यावर विश्वास ठेवत असेल, तर त्यानं त्याच्यावर 100% विश्वास ठेवायला पाहिजे की हे निश्चितच प्राप्त करू शकतो. जर याचा आत्मविश्वास त्याच्यात असेल, तर 100% त्याचं प्लॅनिंग योग्य दिशेने जात आहे, हे मी तुम्हाला 100% सांगेन. म्हणून त्या हिशोबाने आपली प्लॅनिंग असली पाहिजे. आणि शेड्यूल टायमिंग. So look at here, schedule timing. It means once you have decided to begin with, adjust your time and plan the way ahead. Because whatever the time you are wasting, the clock is same for everyone. Take an example of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. After becoming the president of India, thereafter he wrote near about 5 to 6 different books in the president house. He was called as a people's president. Why? Because he was dedicated to his task, he was dedicated to his work. And for your wonder, I am telling you, he was working near about for 13 to 14 hours a day out of 24 hours. And he has done such a work that normal man or average person cannot do within 1000 years. So from that you can understand. And for his Herculean task, he was being awarded by 48 honorary from different universities. So from that you can understand, if a person, a single person can do such a great task, then why you cannot? Ask this person to yourself and schedule your time as per your target. So check the syllabus and make yourself comfortable with a timetable and a study pattern. That's very, very essential. Right in the beginning, I told you that decide your target and fix your exam, for which exam you are going to prepare. After confirming it, just check the syllabus. After watching the entire syllabus, just think about your internal potential, because so many people are suggesting you that you can prepare for UPSC exam, you can prepare for NET and SET, you can prepare for GATE. There are so many. भारतात सल्ले खूप भेटतात, त्याचा प्रश्नच नाही. पण मुद्दा असा आहे की आपण काय करू शकतो, that is very essential. So think about yourself, what you can do and what is the inner call, and follow that inner call. Just watch the syllabus, go through it, just apply your entire planning for it, then do one timetable, and thereafter decide your study pattern. That's very, very essential for each and everyone. The most essential factor, the most essential tool for competitive exam is that is your presence of mind. The most essential tool for any competitive exam is to use your presence of mind. Everyone must think about it, because it is a usual factor in your life also. In your day-to-day life, if you are gifted with proper presence of mind, then you cannot lag in any particular sector of your life. That's why use your presence of mind very judiciously. Then studying till the last moment of exam can lead to stress and exhaustion. I just want to elaborate it, because most of the students are committing this particular mistake while doing the exam preparation. They are just preparing till the examination hour. It is nothing but increasing the stress. It is nothing but increasing your exhaustion. Because if you are preparing from that point of view, that I will just complete it till the exam, don't do like that. First of all, as I told you, do the proper planning, and as per your timetable, as per your planning, you should go ahead. Otherwise, it will be very horrible for you. And if you are doing like this, then automatically that stress and that entire burden and that the stress and tension, it means you start forgetting so many things. And competitive exam, it is not about one subject. It's a cluster. It's a cluster of innumerable subjects. And in that exam, within 2 hours, within 3 hours, or within 1 hour, you have to recollect everything, and you have to apply your entire thought process for that. And if you are in a stressed mind, or if you are in a tense mind, that time during that particular 1 hour or 2 hour, how you can recollect the things which you have read it already. So from that perspective, you have to think about it. Shorter study session, because it's a psychological factor that shorter study sessions are very essential for the preparation of competitive exam. As per the renowned psychologist that Carl Lewis, one student can learn and comprehend more things in 1 hour short session rather than 6 hours continuous class. Because if you are sitting for 6 hours, after 1 hour, 1 hour or 1.5 hours, your mind start, it means in a dormant position. It is in a sleepy mode, and you cannot comprehend the things properly. It is always better to take some shorter sessions for the preparation. If you prepare for 1 hour or 1.5 hours, then take a break of 15 minutes or 20 minutes, then again start your preparation. My next slide is about it. Because if you are taking such type of short breaks, then automatically your mind is working so rapidly and with so sharpness. So from that particular point of view, just keep this particular point in your mind, that do the preparation in a short study sessions. That will be very useful for all of you. Note down this point. When you impose a time restrictions in your mind, you will study more and your brain works more effectively. And it's my personal experience, because whenever you are setting some targets, I'm net set qualified. So when I prepared for that particular exam, so I have given that time restrictions to my mind. And when you start giving time restrictions to your mind, automatically your mind is giving some ideas, some suggestion, some speculations regarding the preparation of your entire examination, and your brain start working very effectively and very rapidly. This is my personal experience. So dear friends, follow this particular idea while doing your preparation. Short study schedule also gives you facility of taking small breaks, where your mind will absorb whatever you have learned in the breaks. So break time, that is very important. I already told you, don't do the continuous preparation. Let me share you one short story. Because because if, suppose for example, if you are continuously doing some preparation, and that time if you are getting bored, if you are getting monotonous, that time your mind cannot work very effectively. Therefore, this is the importance of taking breaks while doing the preparation, and take that particular break very wisely, not more than 10 minutes, not more than 15 minutes. And one more thing I would like to tell you, that most of the students are doing their preparation in libraries, and there is a library culture. Those students who are preparing for competitive exam, they are sitting for 12 hours, 13 hours or 14 hours. But if you look into their planning, into their timetable, that time you will come to know that they are just studying for 5 to 6 hours only, because they are just simply wasting their time in taking long breaks, in gossiping, in doing discussion that is worthless discussion, because they are simply wasting their time. And for such type of student, if they are connected, if they have already joined the library, they should follow this particular instruction, and it is for you people. Because don't take it in that way, because if you are taking a long breaks, if you are just simply wasting your time in gossiping, in chatting with your friends on mobile phone and all these things, then you are simply killing your time. It is not time pass, it's a killing of time. Because after that you don't have any kind of source for your bread and butter afterwards. Because you know the number of unemployable people, because unemployability is, it's the biggest problem in front of our nation. Because the government has proposed 2 crores job per year, and now you have seen the problem for the entire people. Because what type of job, government job you are getting nowadays, you should be very much aware about it. So from that perspective, you should be very prepared. Prepare the break timetable, where you should add some recreational activities that will brain help your brain not to get bored. On the other hand, while taking the breaks, that time you can just keep one pocket diary with you. You can write down some important points in your pocket diary. You can take a tea break, and while taking it, you can go through the points which you have written in that particular pocket diary. Or you can do some recreational activities. Even you can play some game on your mobile phone. It means it can release your pressure, or it can release your stress. And if the stress is released, then your mind will very actively or effectively start working again after that particular break. So that is the exact importance of break while doing the preparation of competitive exam. So dear friend, follow such type of ideas. As per research, the alertness of mind for a subject is always matters than the time you spent on it. I think you got it. Alertness of mind म्हणजे तल्लकता फार महत्वाची आहे. किती तास अभ्यास करता हे मॅटर करत नाही, तुम्ही अभ्यास कसा करता हे फार मॅटर करते. द अलर्टनेस ऑफ माइंड फॉर अ सब्जेक्ट इज ऑलवेज मॅटर दॅन द टाइम यू स्पेंड ऑन इट. तुम्ही सपोज 12 तास नाही 14 तासही बसला आणि तुमचा माइंड जर 2च तास ऍक्टिव्ह असेल तर तुमचा अभ्यास 2च तास होईल. लोक म्हणतात ना, ट्यूबलाईट आहे, हा ट्यूबलाईट म्हणजे तू लेट लागतोय. त्यामुळं तुमच्या माइंडची अलर्टनेस हे दाखवलेला जो सीएफएल बल्ब आहे तसे असली पाहिजे ताबडतोब. आणि जर ती असेल, इफ युअर माइंड इज अलर्ट, then you are getting by heart, and it is directly reserved in your conscious mind. And so, this particular conscious mind is so active all the time, because when you are awakened, that time your conscious mind is working, and when you are getting slept, that time your unconscious mind start working. That's why you are getting dreams. That from that perspective you have to think about it. So whenever you are starting the preparation, whenever you are reading, that time give your 100%. If you are giving your 100% without any diversion, then तुमचा अभ्यास अतिशय सुंदर पद्धतीने होईल. आणि असाच अभ्यास माणसाला लक्षात राहतो. कारण सायकायट्रिस्ट सांगतायत की मोस्टली 48% जो तुम्ही अभ्यास करता तो 100% पैकी फक्त 48%, 48% यू कॅन रिमेंबर और यू कॅन रिकलेक्ट. Not more than that. It is not possible for any human being. So from that perspective, you have to think about it. So you should be very much alert while doing the preparation. So 4 hours distraction, it means 4 hours distraction is greater than yes, is greater than 10 hours 10 hours study with a noise buzzing in your ears. Suppose if you are reading or if you are doing your studies at your home and it is there is continual distraction and disturbance at your home, and if you are studying or seeking near about for 10 hours, 4 hours preparation in a very silent zone where there is no disturbance, it is always better than that those 10 hours. So here I have written that you cannot control all the noise around, but you can schedule your study time to early morning or late night where everything is quiet and no distraction. So you people, those who are preparing for competitive exam, so schedule your time, whether you should wake up early in the morning at 4 o'clock and schedule your pattern from 8 o'clock, from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning, or at night after everyone is sleeping at your home after 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. It means 4 or 5 hours of without any distraction. If you are preparing, it will be very, very useful for you people. So this is also very, very, very useful when you are shuffling in the subject. That time, do the shuffling in a very proper way, because if you are shuffling in an irrelevant topic, suppose if you are preparing for mathematical reasoning or logical reasoning and suddenly you start doing the preparation of your language subject, that time it will be little bit problematic for you people, because your mind cannot reorient it, because shuffling of subjects, that should be very wise. So this is also very important factor, that note taking works always. Always prepare notes whenever you are studying, as this will help at the time of revision. Dear friends, I'm going to tell you one of the most important factors for the preparation of competitive exam, because there are so many subjects for the preparation. You are doing the preparation. So while reading it, so follow one particular instruction. After reading the entire paragraph, just make one bullet point out of it. If you are making the bullet points, after reading 10 pages, there are 10 different or 20 different bullet points, which will be very useful for you at the time of revision. Before the exam, you do have 3 or 4 days or 5 days for the revision. And at the time of revision, if you do have the bullet points, after reading that bullet points, automatically you start recollecting what you have read in that particular entire paragraph. That will be very useful for you. Therefore, take the notes very wisely. Always stick to the timetable and finishing date. That will give an extra time for calculating your performance in different ways. This is also very, very, very important, because when you are following particular timetable, that time it will increase your performance, because within time you are completing your task, within time you are completing your subjects, that time you do have the time for these particular things, that is mock test, revision of bullet points, and practice of previous question papers, and it will be going to help you a lot. All of you, write down my words. If you are doing the revision of bullet points properly and taking the practice of previous question papers and giving mock tests, that will be very useful for all of you. There are several other ways to make yourself active for tweaking the competitive exams, which I am going to focus here. So, dear friends, other particular factors which can help you while doing the preparation of competitive exam. For example, the exercise which I personally follow while doing my preparation of NET and SET, that time it means 2 tasks you can complete within 1 attempt. That is, just start one English newspaper, whether it is Times of India or Hitwad or the Hindu. Start reading that particular newspaper. While reading it, take one notebook for your current affairs. It means just do the plan and fix it, that on every day, whatever you are reading, it means reading newspaper, it is also an art. because for the preparation of UPSC or MPSC, you are required to read a yearbook, and yearbook size is about 2000 or 2500 or 3000 pages, and it is written by somebody else. Now here you can prepare your own yearbook by the help of this particular practice. So join one English newspaper, then read it very judiciously, and then after reading it, just make some bullet points, some certain important headlines, and write those headlines. It means write in such a way that will give you a command to your mind that whatever you have read in that entire news, that should be covered in one particular headline. So write down such bullet points and make a plan that you have to write down that entire headline of one day on one page itself. Write down a date on the top, and thereafter write down all the bullet points of your newspaper. Read bullet paper very wisely. That is very essential, because what is being asked in the exam, that's very essential. Don't read Deshunnati and Lokmas Akola or Washim news. That is not useful, because read it in a way which can be asked in your exam. That is very useful. So while reading it, make some points like this on one page one day, on the next day another one page. In the same way, within 30 days there will be 30 pages in your notebook. After that, in the same way, for the entire year, 365 days, 365 pages, and all these 365 pages you have prepared by giving just 45 minutes to 1 hour within the day. Within one hour a day, it means 365 days, you can prepare your entire yearbook, which can cover almost everything. And whatever is left, there are so many apps, there are so many YouTube channels, even there are so many competitive examination current affairs books, which will help you to add the information in your yearbook. In that particular way, this newspaper is going to help you. So in that way, you can prepare your yearbook. On the other side, what I had done at the time of my preparation of NET and SET, so it is for the banking student, those who are preparing for banking, because very difficult questions of vocabulary are being asked. Synonyms, antonyms, homophones, homonyms, such type of different words are being asked, and these are very horrible actually. These are very literary word, and these are very difficult for average student, because they haven't heard. One who has completed his post graduation in English or cleared his net set, he can be little bit acquainted with it. Such type of words are there. So if you want to get rid of all these things, because near about 30% syllabus is being covered after doing this exercise, that's why it is very useful for the students who are doing the preparation of IBPS and banking. That's why from that perspective, do the practice. How do the practice? If you have joined Times of India, it's a very high standard paper, and it will be very useful for you people. So while reading it, while making the notes of your yearbook, write down some words, it means which are very difficult for you, which you are not getting it. Such type of word, write down in your notebook. Make one notebook for vocabulary and one notebook for yearbook. So make that particular notebook, and afterward write down that particular word in your notebook. After writing it, just write down one synonym for that particular word, one or two or three. Then your vocabulary will be automatically increased, and write down in your regional language, whether it is Marathi, Hindi, or whatever. So in that way, every day, if you are just making 10 words, if you are just taking 10 words, and if you are revising, if you are taking 10 words a day for 6 days, near about 60 words, and on the 7th day, again 10 words, means 70 words in an entire week, and on Sunday, revise all these 70 words. And if you are revising like that, within one month, there will be 300 words in your vocabulary building. And when complete 1 year, how many words? More than 3000 words. And as per linguist, one who has proper and powerful 2000 words, he can obviously rule the language. Obviously, he can win any race as far as language is concerned. So from that perspective, do the preparation like this. So dear friends, Pick the most difficult subject in the first phase of study and easier once for later when you are feeling low. That's very essential because it's a psychological phenomenon. When you are preparing some difficult subjects at a, it means when you start feeling low, when you start feeling inferior, or when you start feeling less confident, that time if you are preparing some tough subject, then nothing is going to enter in your mind. So start the preparation right in the morning. If you are waking up early in the morning, pick the most difficult subject in the first phase. त्या हिशोबाने जर तुम्ही अभ्यास केला तर तो पर्टिक्युलर सब्जेक्ट खूप चांगल्या पद्धतीने प्रिपेअर तुम्ही करू शकाल. आणि ज्या वेळेला तुम्हाला असं वाटतंय त्यावेळेला इझी सब्जेक्ट तुम्ही त्याच्यानंतर प्रिपेअर करा. ते तुम्हाला खूप खूप फायदेशीर ठरेल. मॅडम हे फक्त मला काढून if you are sitting with books but feeling too sleepy, then it's a waste of time as your brain will not receiving anything whatever you study. आणि हे प्रत्येकासोबत होते. ज्यावेळेला आपण संध्याकाळचं जेवण घेतो आणि जेवण घेतल्यावर अभ्यासाला सुरुवात करतो त्यावेळेला ऑटोमॅटिकली आपला माइंड जो आहे हा एक्झॉस्ट झालेला असतो आणि यू स्टार्ट फीलिंग स्लीपी and your mind start, it means it is not working. Whatever you are reading, it is nothing but a waste of time. On the other hand, just put the book and take a sound sleep and wake up early in the morning. This is one option. And another option I have written down, use a technique of power nap. It can be new for some people. पॉवर नॅप इट मीन्स एक अशी दुपारच्या वेळेला आपल्याला 12, 12:30, 2 वाजता ज्या वेळेला जेवण करतो आपण तर झोप येते त्यावेळेला 15 मिनिटं 20 मिनिटं किंवा अर्ध्या तासाची एक झपकी घेऊन घ्यायची. ते खूप चांगलं असते. त्याच्यासाठी खाली मी लिहिलेलं आहे शार्पन द ऍक्स. ज्यावेळेला एखादा लाकूड तोड्या ज्यावेळेला जंगल कापतो त्यावेळेला कंटिन्युअस त्याने 10 तास जर जंगल कापलं तर तो 10च लाकडं कापू शकणार. पण जर त्यानं ऍक्स प्रॉपर ब्रेक घेऊन जर ते कापत गेला तर 100% तो more than 25 तो कापेल. In the same way, your mind also requires some break, a sharpening break that are very useful. And don't give command to your mind to read like that. If you are feeling sleepy, then take a sleep. Don't waste the time. Do not keep the same type of subject one after another as it will block the brain usage where your brain needs a space for breathing too. As I told you, the importance of break while doing the preparation. In the same way, if you are doing the preparation in the same way, suppose if you are taking a subject like mathematics, then arithmetic, then mathematical calculations and logical reasoning, same type of subjects if you are taking, then automatically subjects start jumbling. The confusion will start and you cannot concentrate properly. Therefore, do the preparation as per your will, whatever you want. And the most important factor which I am going to focus, it's a theory. It's a psychological theory which will be very useful for all of you. That is space repetition study technique. Now, be alert. This is the technique which will help you, all of you. That space repetition technique, it means give the proper spaces while doing the preparation. Everyone is doing the preparation of competitive examination, but how to prepare it, that's very essential. So when you are doing the preparation, as I have already told you, psychologists are telling that only 48% of syllabus is, it means you can recollect at the time of your examination. Whatever or whosoever the person is reading for the competitive exam, just keep this particular factor in mind that 48% of syllabus or 48% of data he can store in his mind, which he can put in the exam. So from that perspective, at least 50% of syllabus, how he can cover. So this is the technique for it. Suppose on the first day, today, if you have written something, if you have studied, after that, make some bullet points, complete the entire topic. After that, give a space of 2 days. After 2 days, you have to revise it. Most of the students are doing in a very wrong way. They are continuously reading it, completing the topic, completing the subject. And after completing one subject, they are starting another subject without giving any kind of revision. And that is the very faulty technique of the preparation of competitive exam. That's why, so after reading it, just give a repetition or revision to that particular point near about for 15 minutes or 20 minutes. That is sufficient for that. Give the preparation, give the repetition, and that repetition should be having proper spaces. So after reading this today's topic, just read it after 2 days space. After that, read it after 4 days space. Then after 8 days, and then after 15 days. If you follow this particular technique within 2, 4, 8, and 15. It means within these 4 days, if you are just giving 15 minutes or 20 minutes for the preparation or the revision of that entire topic, you are just simply wasting 1 hour during the revision or during the repetition, but you don't know. It means you will be wondered after looking at the results, because this is psychologically proven that when you are doing such type of revision, automatically all these things are being stored in your mind, and it's a fact. It is being proved. Oxford University's survey is there on internet. You can go through it, and there is Waterloo University in America. They have done a great research on space repetition technique. So you can follow this particular technique, and I am telling you by heart that you people start doing the preparation in this particular way. After reading today's topic, just give the repetition or revision after 2 days, after 4 days, after 8 days, and after 15 days. Again, after 15 days, after 8 days, 4 days, 2 days. In that particular sequence, if you are giving the revision to the topic till the examination, I am 100% assured about it that you are never to be, it means you will never forget that particular topic. So if you are doing the preparation like this, then 100% you will get whatever you want. So dear friends, Swami Vivekananda is saying, I am recollecting here, all power is in you. You can do anything and everything. Just believe in that. So from my point of view, whatever the material I have shared, whatever the views I have shared with you, I think it will be very helpful to all of you. But one thing should be clear for everyone, that you must be very honest in your efforts. I already told you that winners never do the different things. They do the same things in a different way. In the same way, I wish all of you very best luck for your preparation. Do the preparation like this. Whenever you need me, you can just contact me. I have given my email ID, and I am going to share this PowerPoint presentation with all of you. Do the preparation by heart and be serious, because I am suggesting you, because after looking the entire scenario of competitive exam, I am not giving you a pessimistic point of view. I am telling you optimistically, but not pessimistically. It means I am telling you reality, because what type of scenario is there? How many students are getting government jobs? What is the situation? What type of corruption is going on there in our entire nation? So this is the way this competitive examination can make you hero out of zero. But you must be very much honest. You must be very much dedicated and full of hard work and self-confidence. If you give your 100%, then 100% your result will be there. Till yesterday, whatever you have prepared, just add all these points in it, and your preparation will be very golden, and it will be very useful for all of you. So dear friends, I hope it will be very useful for all of you. So I think I should take leave. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for your relevant and useful speech so far as the preparation of competitive examination is concerned. You have covered almost all the points which are needed to be covered while preparing for the competitive examination. On behalf of the organizing committee of our college, I extend my gratitude to you, Mr. Meghraj Gadge sir, for delivering a useful and relevant speech for the students of our college who have joined online, as well as the outside participants who also have joined online. Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to request the chairperson of this first technical session of today, Principal Dr. A.L. Kulat sir, to start his presidential speech for this technical session. Principal Dr. A.L. Kulat sir.
Am I audible, sir? Hello? 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 Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good noon to everybody. Today, I get pleasures to participate in the workshop organized by Department of English, Sri Shivaji Arts, Commerce and Science College, Akula. First of all, I extend my thanks to the principal of this college, Dr. R.M. Sir, as well as Head Department of English, Dr. Vivek Hugre sir, as well as my friend, Dr. Kiran Khandare sir, who invited me and gave an opportunity to share my views as a chairman at this first technical session. Yes, today, so I attended a speech of resource person, Honorable Sachin Durgate sir. It's very sincerely he taught this on this topic, as well as Ms. Professor Gadge sir, who focused on how to prepare for competitive examination. As here he told in his speech that one should have a target to crack competitive examinations. And now the role of English language is while preparing for competitive examinations. So here today, friends, so in his speech, he shared his opinion that to study and meditate what it is in break. So here study is important as well as break for meditation is also important, because here we can learn more from our study. So here this preparation of English language for this competitive examination. So this is a major issue while going to appear for competitive examination. Friends, so there is no any alternative to English language, because all the competitive examinations, not all, but most of the competitive examinations are conducted in English language. So that's why this English language is tested at all levels, at written as well as this oral level. So that's why the preparation of English language is the most important while you are going to prepare for competitive examinations. Yes, here is understanding English, speaking, writing, and analyzing and listening power is tested. So here, in competitive examination, English language incorporate three important sections. first the grammar, and second the vocabulary, and the third one is the comprehension. This understanding English, speaking, writing, this analyzing and listening power is tested in the competitive examination. And the English language skill is assessed at the time of written as well as this oral test in the competitive examinations. And today is very short. I focus on how to prepare English for competitive examinations. And so here, friends, and all my dear students, so you will have to increase your vocabulary of English language. For the same, so you will have to read English newspaper, English novels, watch English videos, and participate in discussion and try to use new English words. And later on for grammar, is learn basic rules of grammar, sentence construction, practice them is on a regular basis. And so you will have to develop the reading habit to pick up the word sentence. And later on, understanding of English is tested through objective type of questions, is on grammar, sentence structure, vocabulary, idioms, phrases, antonyms, and comprehension passage. So you will have to just make a practice of the use of new English words as well as new sentences, as well as new phrases, and you will have to also make a practice of writing the articles, essays, as well as formal and informal letters, and learn all these things and makes the practice of it. Because as Gadge sir shared in his views that practice makes man perfect. So that's why to be competent in English language, so practice of the use of English language is very important. So that's why here I suggest to all the students who participated in this workshop, so you will have to make a practice. So you read this for the same. So you will have to read the English newspaper, suppose Times of India. So the language of that, the language of this paper, this is also grammatically correct as well as very fluent, and it's very smooth also. So there are no mistakes. So that's why so while reading the newspaper, so you will have to avoid the local newspaper, the national as well as international newspapers you will have to refer. And it's on, so you will have to emphasize on English grammar also, because English is not our mother tongue. So it is a foreign language. So that's why one should know the base. So your grammar is the best of any language. So that's why so you will have to learn English grammar. So later on you will have to increase your vocabulary also, and by reading as well as by listening, so you can improve, you can increase your level of vocabulary. And so here whatever is learned by you, so you will have to use this in your own way, this in your own language. And so here as a routine matter, so you will have to make a practice of this English language. And so definitely, while appearing for the competitive examinations, so you will have a confidence. So if you are fluent, if you are perfect in the use of English language, so then you will be confident while appearing for written as well as oral language, oral examinations. In competitive examinations, so here this oral test, this is very important. Suppose suppose a candidate is going to appear for the MPSC and UPSC examination, his knowledge is at all level is tested, and later on particularly his fluency of language, this is also assessed by the selection panel, by the selection committee. So that's why today a topic which is chosen by the Department of English, Shivaji College of Arts, Commerce and Science, is one of the unique topic, and it's very useful. It's a day's need, because these thousands and lakhs of the people are going to, lakhs of students are going to appear for the competitive examination. But this, while preparing for competitive examination, this no one should neglect, nor no one should be careless about the English language, because English is a international language, and in a day-to-day, this also it is useful. And a student who is going to appear for competitive examination, he will be this administrative officer in near future. And while working as an administrative officer, he must be having the knowledge of the use of English language in day-to-day his administrative work. Because there, so you will have to write this letter, there you will have to write the application, there he will have to communicate with the public, with the people. So we are at society level as well as at political level, as well as at all the levels. So that's why while appearing for the competitive examinations, you must concentrate on the use of English language. So here through these workshops, so definitely you will get the more information, the knowledge, how to develop, how to prepare English as a language for competitive examination. So definitely, so this workshop will be very fruitful, because my friend Dr. Kiran Khandare has been taking painstaking efforts for the success of this workshop, and it's a week workshop. It's not a one-day workshop. So you one-day workshop in a very short time. So the student get the limited information as well as knowledge, but in a week, so there will be a training of English language of all the students, because here it's not a one-day game. It's not a short game. It is not a one-day activity. It's a and here in this long activity, in this a week workshop, the students definitely will be benefited. And so here everything is going on online, and so yeah, through this online workshop, so at home, at where so these facilities are available, the students are getting the benefits of this workshop, and really this workshop will be very successful. So I extend my best wishes for the success of this a week workshop on the topic how to prepare for competitive examination. And today, Professor Megraj Gadge has also focused in detail
काय करायचं Hello. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your presidential speech in the first technical session of the workshop on 1 week online national workshop on preparation of English for competitive examination. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation and giving us your precious time out of your busy schedule and guiding to our students in a very effective and relevant manner. Thank you very much, sir. I again express my gratitude to today's resource person, Mr. Megraj Gadge, sir, for accepting our invitation as a resource person and delivering his relevant and apt speech on the topic how to prepare for competitive examination. On behalf of organizing committee of Sri Shivaji College, Akola, I am extremely grateful to both of you, sir, for sparing the time with us and guiding to the students. Thank you very much. So far as tomorrow's technical session is concerned, I would like to say that at sharp 12 noon, the session will start, and the topic is role of ICT in communication skills in English, and the resource person, Dr. D.B. Wankhede, Assistant Professor from Shivaji College of Court, will delivering his speech in the second technical session. We will have as a chairman, Principal Dr. K.V. Mehere sir from Sri Ganesh College, Kumbari, Akola, as a president of tomorrow's technical session. So here I take the leave of all the audience and would like to declare that tomorrow's inaugural function as well as technical session is over. I am grateful to all the hands who have cooperated and extended their assistance for the organization of this workshop. I again extend my gratitude to the principal sir of our college and the patron of our institution who have given us an opportunity to conduct such a workshop. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.